Hey guys, this is Sam the Thomas Fan 1 here, and welcome to another episode of Interview with a Thomas Fan. This is where I interview people who are fans of Thomas and just ask them Thomas things in general. And with me today is the show's creator of Soda Pony Railway Adventures, DLTBerkshire, aka Daniel Temple.
Well, Kalookalas, everybody! How's it going?
Yeah. So, anyway, Daniel, I'm going to be asking you some random Thomas questions, and you just give me your honest opinion.
Well, whatever you throw at me, I'm happy to answer.
Alright, good. Okay, so, here we go. Question 1. What got you into Thomas?
Well, ever since I was a baby, my grandfather got me interested in trains, and Thomas was one of those inspirations. When I was just about 6 months, my grandfather bought me my first train video, Thomas Gets Tricked. You know, the basis of where it all began.
Yeah.
And since then, I've been a fan ever since. He always keep track of their progress, what the franchise is going, what the episode is, what their plots are, and how production is going.
Huh, very nice. Question 2. Who's your favorite Thomas character?
Well, I would have to say probably Edward.
Okay, any reason?
Well, you see, Edward is maybe old-fashioned, but he is kind-natured, always willing to work and help out, and is always trying to help a friend in need. That kind of describes the same personality as I am.
Ah, good. You know, he's my third favorite character alongside James and Percy.
No kidding.
Yeah. Anyway, question 3. What's your favorite Thomas brand?
What do you mean?
Like, your favorite toy?
Well, if I had to choose what best kind, I'd probably go for the electric model train kind.
Okay, any reason?
Well, even though I don't have a problem with the regular toy stuff like Erdl, Wooden Railway, Take Along, or any other thing you might come up with. But the electric model trains is what really brings the Thomas trains to life. You know, you get to create the sort of from your own way, and you also get to film it from the action packs. Well, Hornby was one of the first toy model train manufacturers to produce the Thomas electric model trains, beginning around 1985, and they've been doing so for 30 years. And then Bachmann came along around probably about 2002, and ever since and every year they keep adding on to their range, and it's been very successful ever since. And I think right now Bachmann is the main distributor of the Thomas electric train range. And right now I think they're up to about at least nearly 24 locomotives and about probably 40 cars. And the range is still continuing, and there's been a lot of Thomas fans and collectors who keep buying the new products, and it's still growing. And I think in another 10 years or so, it's still going to keep growing.
Ah, very nice. Question 4. What's your favorite classic Thomas episode? And by that I mean from seasons 1 to 7.
Yeah, the pre-2004 era, I get it.
Yeah.
I would have to say probably my favorite episode would be probably in season 3, and that would be Gordon and the Famous Visitor.
Ah.
And the reason being, because of, for two things. The appearance of City of Truro, and second, a very hilarious scene when he crossed over the viaduct and his loose sand dome just fell off and fell into the brook. It always gets me laughing every time.
Yeah. You know, Ben and I did a version of that for our Adventures with Thomas, if you haven't seen it.
Oh yeah, I've seen it. And wait till you see what I have planned in store for my series for that episode.
Yeah, I bet.
But I'm not going to get into any spoilers yet because it's a long way off from now.
Yeah, I bet that'll be very funny. Yeah. Question 5. What's your favorite Thomas fan base show?
Like what?
Like, the people who make their own Thomas shows.
Well, if I had to choose, more one, I choose my top favorites are Miss Oliver Blossom and Train Lover 476. They were the first Thomas fans on YouTube that I know extremely well, and let's just say, ever since I saw them in 2009, I think, it's been quite a blast, and they're always hilarious.
Yeah, I know, they're really hilarious.
Even though they have moved on from Thomas, but I have a feeling they still do it every now and again, since they're now focusing since they're bronies now.
Yeah. Yeah, I can tell that. So, yeah. Question 6. Who's your second favorite Thomas character?
It's going to be a toughie. I'm going to have to say Duke, the Narrowgate, the Lost Engine.
Ah.
And the reason I chose Duke is because he kind of reminds me of my grandfather. Always wise, telling me what I'm doing wrong to right, and he always gives me advice of what to do in life later in life. Sort of like a real grandparent. And I think Duke is the same way because he is like a grandfather to Peter, Sam, and Sir Handel in a way.
Huh. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. Question 7. What's your favorite modern Thomas episode? And by that I mean from seasons 17 to present.
Oh, yes. Yeah, right. I would have to say season 18, Thomas and the Emergency Cable, because it really made me concerned about how very serious why applying the emergency brakes on a train can only be used in emergencies and not for silly things like trying to stop for a rare bird. I mean, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I can tell.
I mean, Sam, you wouldn't want to pull the emergency cable if you had to stop for something like if you had to go to the bathroom outdoors or whatever ridiculous thing you have thought up in your head.
Yeah, I wouldn't. Okay, good. Question 8. What's your favorite Thomas song?
You mean like the modern or the classic songs?
Any song in general.
I would have to probably Gone Fishing because it kind of reminds me, because it's like a laid-back type of song, like it loosens up your worries and like gives you the carrot type of freedom, like just trying to relax on a nice day like any other, and it's just like a good day for fishing, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's a perfect song if you want to go fishing. Or something. Question 9. If asked to, would you voice act on the real Thomas and Friends show?
If I was given the opportunity, I'd probably say yes. Because there are some famous celebrities that worked as narrators on Thomas and Friends throughout the past 30 years, such as Beatles drummer Ringo Starr, comedian George Carlin, Hollywood actor Alec Baldwin, and even Broadway actor Michael Brandon, that type of thing. And they really give you a good payment for an episode you narrate. And if I was going to be going to be part of this show, I would probably go audition for a character or be like a narrator. Like, no offense to Morgan, or how you pronounce it, but I think he's more suitable to just being a UK narrator. No offense to that, but I think I might be suitable enough for a US narrator, because if you've seen the progress, like the narration style I do for Sodor Pony Railway Adventures, I think you might find that I have a certain style that comes in good quality.
Yeah, you do have nice quality. You do good narrating your series.
Thanks.
You're welcome. And finally, question 10. What's your favorite Thomas movie?
You mean like big screen motion pictures or the specials?
All of them.
Alright. I would have to say my favorite so far would have to be The Adventure Begins, because it's like a CGI remake of the classic episodes of Thomas, like Railway series related, because it was the first time in over 20 years, like season 4, that they made something based off of Wilbur, off the Audrey's books. And let's just say, they really outdone themselves. Even though entertainment has had a bad reputation with Thomas between 2009 to about season 15 or so, with Sharon Miller as the part of the writing department, I think they've really redeemed themselves for this 70th anniversary special. And I must say, and the way they did James by painting him black, like for the pre-Thomas era, like for the prologue, that's actually pretty clever, I must say.
Yeah, it is pretty clever. I do like it. But I kind of prefer Child the Brave more because it focuses on two of my favorite characters. But The Adventure Begins is a great one.
Oh yes, and I never expected that Thomas would be coming from the same railway as Stepney.
Yeah, that was funny.
I mean, do you know what LB and SC stands for? I mean, I think it stands for London, Brighton, and South Coast. Is that what it is?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, okay. So, that's it. Those are the questions for this episode of Interview with a Thomas Fan. Thanks for watching, and thank you for joining me, Daniel Temple.
No problem. Oh, and by the way, can I have my paycheck now? My agent says I need to be paid. Literally.
Oh, alright.
Just kidding.
Yeah, it is. So, anyway, thank you for listening to this episode, people, and we'll see you later. See ya.
And remember, don't forget to watch out for my latest episode of Soda Pony Real Adventures, episode 5, coming soon to YouTube soon.
Yeah, and I'll put a link to your channel in the episode description below. So anyway, that's it, and we'll see you later.